Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another knife-related video. Today we're going to be looking at another Rick Hinderer 3.5-inch XM-18 Generation 6. This is my third that I've picked up this year, and just want to let you know right up front, this is going to be less of a thorough, intensive review of this particular knife. You can see, if you look in my video history, I've got more thorough reviews of a couple other Gen 6 XM-18s, and of course this one being a Gen 6 itself isn't going to be too different. So if you really want my thoughts on a lot of the features and specs on the XM-18 Generation 6, take a look at one of those previous videos. I'm not going to really focus on the stats and so forth. I'm going to be talking about other things about this particular knife. But I think you will find it of interest, particularly if you are a fan of the XM-18. So again, this is my third one. The first one I picked up earlier this year was this particular model. This is a just straight spear point, really nice knife. I've enjoyed this a lot. I've done some customization to this. I bought the blue-black handle scale for it, and you can see I've done quite a bit here on the back, as well as with the spacers here, anodized blue, pocket clip, handle nuts, and you can kind of see it peeking out there, the lock bar stabilizer, as well as this really nice Hinderer. It's got the Hinderer logo on it in 2020. Hinderer typically does these every year. He'll do new filler tabs here with the current year's date, and I think those look really nice. Like it a lot, but I really like how this one has turned out. I think I'm finished with it. I don't know that I'm going to put the anodized blue screws in here because I do like the look of the stainless steel ones. But this is the first one I got. You can see the review of this again. You know, if you take a look at a little further back in my videos, this has been a fantastic knife for me. After that, I picked up this one. This is a skinny sheep's foot XM-18, again reviewed here. Haven't done a whole lot to this one, with the exception of, again, you will see that I have one of the 2020 filler tabs in here, just in a different finish to match this particular knife. I don't know with this one that I'm going to put any anodized parts in this. I'm going to keep it pretty stock other than the filler tab here. I think I want one to just be kind of plain Jane, if you will. But really have come to like and appreciate this sheep's foot blade. I think it is just fantastic. So a couple of weeks ago, another drop of knives came from Rick Hinderer. Again, we're in the midst of the global pandemic, COVID-19, and I would venture to speculate that Rick Hinderer Knives is a little behind production and probably not optimized in terms of their production capability. So we're still seeing stuff come out of Rick Hinderer Knives, stuff dropping to their distribution network of dealers. And a couple weeks ago, there was a drop of these XM-18 3.5-inch Harpoon Spanto knives. And this is a really interesting grind. It's a little different than what we've seen in others. I tend to like Harpoon blades. The first one I ever got was a ZT, and I like them a lot. I've got a few minor nitpicks with this one, but this is called, again, the Harpoon Spanto, because it does have the Spanto tip, kind of a combination of a Tanto here, if you will, in the grind, with a more of a drop point blade edge. So very nice. Again, this is very aggressive. Like it a lot. So I ended up picking one up, and I've gotten a collection of, in the last few months, hardware from Rick Hinderer Knives, um, again, to customize my knives. And I thought I would play around with some of the stuff that I bought. Um, I have a tendency to pick up hardware when I find it on various sales corners, and sometimes it's not complete, as was the case here. Um, I didn't know, I didn't realize that I didn't have a bronze pocket clip. So I haven't put a bronze pocket clip on, but the objective is to kind of make this one appear similar to this one in terms of uh, the hardware configuration. So once I get the bronze pocket clip, I will, they'll be kind of mirror images of each other, if you will, with, one being bronzed and the other one being anodized blue. And, just for your edification, you may know this, but these hardware components that you're seeing here, they are not actually made of bronze. They are titanium, and they've been flame anodized to a bronze color, and they're very attractive. I like the look a lot. Also, just wanted to point out that at this particular knife, I have some aftermarket screws in the filler tab. If you have an XM-18 and you've played much with like changing the pocket clip or something, the standard pocket clips that come on an XM-18, these screws that fasten them and hold them in place, they're notorious for stripping them out. I think I figured out how to not do that with them. I've got the perfect Weha Phillips head screw that I use to change these out. So, but they can strip very easily. So that they are kind of a point of irritation in the community. Not to mention that there's so many different kinds of hardware attachments going on here. You've got a flathead here, you've got Torx here, you've got Phillips here. You need practically an entire tool department to disassemble these. But minor criticism, but a common one. So yeah, I've got these aftermarket titanium screws in this filler tab that have been bronzed so that they match the filler tab color, which I think is pretty nifty. I don't know if you can see this or not, but this one actually, the kind of the interior of let's see, this would be the male side of the pivot screw. It's almost got some bronze anodization in the interior right there, which is kind of neat. You don't always see that. That's just, I don't want to say that was an oops or a mistake, but it was just kind of happenstance, I suppose, that happened. But so I put the hardware on. I'm trying the right handle scale because I thought it looked pretty interesting with the bronze anodized hardware that I've got. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. Other than that, this one is just a flawless example of an XM-18. I have done my usual new knife maintenance. I have cleaned the blade with this stuff, EDCI, and it is designed to be a corrosion inhibitor. I don't know if it actually does a hill of beans for you or not, but couldn't hurt. So I did that, lubricated the usual points where there is metal on metal movement in here in the pivot area, in the bearings, and I do have this one riding on the bearings, as opposed to this one I actually put on the Teflon washers. So it's a little bit of a lazier, more traditional XM-18 deployment. But this Harpoon Spanto that I have here rockets out. It's again on bearings. No. Oops, try not to deploy your knife into the table. That's that's never good. But really, really nice, typical deployment of an XM-18 on bearings is really, really nice. Like it a lot. Usable thumb studs. You can use them. I use them. I tend to use them more when from the left side. It's pretty much fall shut. There you go. And as you can probably see, it is very well centered. So couldn't be happier. This is a really nice example of an XM-18. And again, I bought it because I wanted something a little bit different. My real long-term goal is to pick up a Bowie blade, a Hinderer XM-18 with the Bowie blade. As far as I know, there's not been one in a Gen 6 yet, but I have it on good authority that within a couple of weeks or so, we're going to see those drop from the factory to Hinderer's dealers. So I am just really excited that I will finally have a Bowie. I'm just trying to figure out if I want to buy one or two at this point. But again, super happy. Trying to decide if I like the bronze look. Again, I've got a pocket clip, a bronze titanium pocket clip ordered. I actually have a pivot ordered as well. It was just going to completely bronze hardware it out, but I couldn't find any bronze handle screws. So I guess I'll just have to wait a little while till some of those, again, shake out of the factory. But I do like this one the way it is, and it's, I think, an interesting project. And, I have to admit, I've never been a big fan of the Tonto blade. I had some of the earliest XM-18s that I had, as well as an XM-24, were Spanto grind knives. And I just think it's an ugly look. I prefer the more traditional spear point look. But on this knife, with this harpoon shape, this Harpoon Spanto, I'm really kind of digging it. I like the complexity going on here, all the various angles. I like harpoon shape. I think, again, getting back to nitpicks, if it were me, I probably would have brought this harpoon back along the spine a little bit further up. For my, admittedly small hands, when I have a regular, grip on this knife, I can't reach without a serious manipulation of the knife position. I really can't reach the harpoon there to use it for the intended function of kind of a backstop for your thumb. Now, if I choke up on the blade and I use the finger choil, then yeah, I can get it, and that allows me to have an additional level of control over the blade for cutting tasks. So it's not like it's entirely aesthetic or not useful. It's only, has limited function in my mind because of how far forward it is on the blade. But really I'm liking this knife. And again, just trying to figure out, do I want to stick with this bronze hardware? Do I want to leave it stock, with the stainless steel stuff, or, do something different altogether? Same with this handle scale. Black goes very well with the bronze, but of course, currently I have black on my sheep's foot here, my skinny sheep's foot. So I didn't think I wanted to have two black ones if I could avoid it, particularly since I've got all these other handle scales in the drawer. So there you have it. There's the newest addition to my XM-18 collection. Again, I'm very, very excited. There we go. That looks nice. very pleased to have that one in the collection. I think it's going to be a keeper, but I am on the lookout for those Gen 6 Bowie blades, which should be coming out pretty soon. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care. God bless. We'll see you in the next one.
I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.